I noticed something recently, and I don't know if anybody else is having this happening to them too. So I don't know if it's just weird. Okay, so after I was divorced, I took all the debt, and my credit went to shit. My credit was always good, and it took really, really a long time to build my credit back up to, you know, get credit again for anything because it was really, really bad. Because, if you go through a divorce, you have to take all that financial stuff. Sometimes, you got to take a hit. And the house was in my name because his credit going in was bad. Should have been a red flag. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. Anyway, it just took many years to get it back together. Okay, so that's just one aspect of it. So I'm going to try to tell this fast because I don't even know if it's relevant or if it's just me. Lately, now my credit's been good again for many years, right? Credit cards. I am really careful about how I use my cards. I don't like to have any debt. So I've been really smart about it, the way I handle my debt. And I've never been approached like I've been approached recently in the last few months by these companies that are incessantly emailing me, texting me, and calling me, telling me I've been pre-approved for massive amounts of money for a line of credit. So let me just preface this a little bit. Over a year ago, we have a group home because that's where my sister, before she passed away, used to live in a group home. So I, and my mother, we own the group home, and we take care of 6 special needs girls who live in the group home, right? That's what we do. And we decided to keep the group home even though Tony passed away because we wanted to do that for her. So we own that piece of property, but we have owned it for a while. But this just started, right? Okay, recently. It's like if I could show you, I'm recording on my phone, so I can't show you the amount of text messages and phone calls from the same people, and they change numbers. Like they'll call from a 1-800 number, then they'll call from like a local number, and they'll say you're pre-approved for 250,000, you're pre-approved for 350. Now I know all that is BS because if you ever have to do a refinance or a line of credit, they have to pull what you bring in, they have to look at your credit and all that stuff. But the way they're pushing it is what has me suspect about what's going on in the way the global economy is and what's happening and the desperation and about how, how much money in debt we are, right? If you're following along with the news, the billions of dollars for this, the so-called war, not war, whatever, with Iran, all the waste that they're doing and the administration is doing with bullshit arches and golden showers and golden ballrooms or whatever. Other countries calling in their debt. So we're in significant deficit. And I just, I don't know. It's like, is it everything a conspiracy theory now? Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but it's just weird. If I was desperate, I could see how easily I could jump into one of these, oh yeah, get me some money, right? But what happens is when we saw what happened to the banking industry back in, I think, what was it, 2008? And them having to be, because of the mortgages, the balloon of the mortgages is that where we're going again? You know what I mean? Like, are they preying on people, us people, to get money so that they can make money in interest, because that's why they want you to do it. It's not like they just want to give you money for zero interest. They're going to give you an interest rate. And I don't know enough about the financial ways that work, about what dictates interest rates compared to, like, I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. That is not in my wheelhouse. But they're tracking. The reason that I'm even making this stupid fucking video in the first place is because of the incessant amount of calls and text messages that I get every day. Every single time I block the number and I report it as spam. Every single time, and it does not stop. And yes, I am on a do not call list. That does not mean anything. You still get calls. I'm getting more solicitation for banks and companies wanting to give me hundreds of thousands of dollars that I cannot afford to pay back right now than I'm getting from the politicians who are soliciting money for running their campaigns, which, as anybody knows, as we're getting closer and closer to the midterms, you get hit up so much, even from states that are not your state, about campaign contributions, right? I'm getting hit up more from the banking, the loans, oh, we could give you money. Every time I open up my email, PayPal tells me I could take out a business loan. I don't want to take out a business loan. I don't want to be indebted. I have figured out a way to manage my monthly expenses, to spend what I need to spend. If I have to do more, I have credit cards that can help me. I have money that I put away in savings, right? So I'm doing it smart. So I'm not going to take that bait, but I could see it's like they don't care. They don't care about us. Like they just want to get you bought so bad for these loans, because they're going to make so much money off of you or us. And these banks, it seems icky. It seems unethical. Now we have a property, and so I do have an asset there that could, it's under the business. It's not really mine, and my name is associated with it because I'm the VP of Rainbow, but I could see where they would be coming, but we've had the house for a while. It's like this just started probably about 3 or 4 months ago. And I'm feeling intuitively they're preying upon us. And it's another way for these big companies and corporations to make a lot of money, for us to be paying high interest rates because we're desperate for money. And the more inflation goes up and the more we are desperate for money, especially if you are, noticing it in your wallet, and as you're going to the grocery store and going to the gas station, or wanting to buy a house or wanting to rent a place, you're seeing this happening. It's like they can easily get you that way. And it just feels predatory to me. It feels predatory to me. And, I don't know what, all I do is I just never answer, and I just block the number, but they just spin numbers and they call from a different number, and I get a million voicemails, and I just delete, block, and report to spam. But that doesn't do anything. So I don't know. It feels, like I said, it feels predatory. It feels icky. I don't know why they're hounding so much. So I want to know if I'm the only one this is happening to, if somehow my name just came up now as they're going through the roles of, who's associated with a property, or if you have some value behind you, they're like, let me hit this person up. Or if more and more people are finding that this is happening to them. I mean, getting offered 1 million credit cards all the time. It's like, I don't want to be living my life in credit and in debt, right? That is not what I want to be doing, but they're kind of like drug pushers, seriously. So if you are having a bad month or a bad few months, you may get yourself in a situation, and it may really fuck things up for you in the long run. Anyway, I got 4 of these calls already today, okay? And it's in the middle of the afternoon. And so they usually hit me early, and then they hit me around 5 or 6, and then I'll even get calls 8 or 9 at night, which is completely inappropriate. Who are you? Why are you calling people after 5, 6 o'clock for business stuff? You know, they call on the weekends. It doesn't matter. So I just wanted to know if anybody else was seeing this and kind of was feeling the way that I was feeling, that it just feels like very predatory. It feels like, you know, like a drug pusher. Like, here, take the money, take the money, take the money. No, 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 take the money. No, here, you want the money. Here's the money. Here's the money. Well, is it my money? Oh, no, it's not my money. I got to pay you back plus so much interest. So you're the one who's actually going to be making the money. Like, and then you get hooked, right? No, I don't like it. Anyway, so just something I've noticed, and I was wondering if anybody else has noticed that too. Okay, remember, no matter what is happening out there, you still have control of what's going on in here, and do something every single day that brings you joy and is fun, because joy is a form of resistance. Don't forget that. No matter what they do, they can't take away your joy. All right, I hope everybody's well, and I will see you next time. Okay.